Morning, family. This is Ricky. Welcome to Hope for Today. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 14. Paul says, Alexander, the coppersmith, did me great harm. The Lord will repay him according to his deeds. I want to talk to you about this lesson, this truth. Love is mine. Vengeance is the Lord's. Love is mine, but vengeance is the Lord's. Can I get a payback witness up in here? Paul is closing out his letter to his son in the faith, Timothy, and he's talking about all of the rights and wrongs that were done in his relationships. He's talking about his relationship with Demas, his relationship with Mark, and now his relationship with a guy named Alexander the coppersmith. Sounds heinous. Doesn't sounds like a character in the board game Clue. Okay, right? Like the butler. And no, keep going. Okay, Alexander the coppersmith did me great harm. But he says, but the Lord will repay him according to his deeds. And the whole idea is this. Scripture says, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. But how many of us are guilty of doing the repaying? I want to remind you about Jesus on a cross who had every right as God to repay the people who were crucifying him for this injustice, the most heinous injustice in all history. Yet Jesus on the cross said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And my point is this, if Jesus didn't pay back for what people actually deserved from the one who actually had the right to give it, how much more should you and I be willing to push back away from paying vengeance to others? I get it. Somebody does you wrong, justice demands that something be done to them. And although that is true, here's the problem. You are not the deliverer of justice. God is. God is. And so love needs to be ours, but vengeance is the Lord's. I'm really empathizing with people out there who have been wronged, and what happened to you is not right, and it hurt, and it had ripple effects in your life, in your family's life, in your kids, and I get that. And I know that you want to just throw and hurl the hammer of justice against that person, and that is so real, and it's a temptation that's so hard to overcome because it is justified. They deserve it. But at the end of the day, here's the reasons why you can't do it. One, you ain't God. And two, you ain't never gonna do it as good as God would. Vengeance belongs to the Lord. But remember Scripture, God is not willing that anybody should perish. And so for the person who's done wrong in your life, for the person who keeps on doing wrong in your life, believe it or not, though God will repay, though God will mete out justice, God is somewhere thinking, how do I get this person back in line with me? So he wants you to be thinking, how can I get this person back in line with me? And although that's hard, the presence and power of the Spirit will give you the aptitude and the courage and strength to do that well in your life. And that's Hope for Today. I'll see you next time.